Okay, so we've got a smaller pot here. We don't need anything big for the bolognese sauce. We're just going to add in a little bit more vegetable oil. Just stir that around so it's all nicely coated. Again, you want that really hot because we're going to add our onion first. Now the reason why we're going to add some onion first is it brings out that real onion flavour. You don't want to have raw onion, okay? It tastes terrible. You got this really bad aftertaste in your mouth, so you want to cook that sting right out of the onion. That's why it always goes first. So we're just going to add this in. You can hear that sizzle away. We'll just put all of it in there. Okay. We'll just move that around like so. You can see it there. We'll just move that around. You can see our chicken in the background just here, just cooking off nicely, just on a moderate heat. Okay, we just want to cook our onions down. Now to this, we want to add some pepper, some rock salt, some garlic, just a garlic paste, we'll give that a stir, get that garlic and onion all sort of mixed in. You can see there it's all sort of mixed in really well. And again, you want the onions to be translucent. You want them to be a nice golden colour, just so the sting, the real onion taste has been pulled out of them. They really do change in flavour and texture when you cook onion. Now also we'll add some tomato paste. For all the exact measurements, I've got them on the website, which is also just on the page here. You can check out the website and get all the exact ingredients. So we've got our tomato paste and onion mixture. Now to that, we want to add some crushed tomatoes. So I'll just open the can, pull that back. It smells fantastic. And just throw the whole can in, because it will boil away some of the moisture there. Okay. I'll just show you. Beautiful red colour. Now I use, like I was saying before, I use the diced tomatoes. I mean, a can of tomatoes diced will cost you $1, maybe $2. 4 ripened vine tomatoes will cost you $6. So it's just as easy, just as quick, and in my opinion, a much better flavour. So we're going to let this simmer away now. We'll let it reduce just a little. Okay. So we've got our onion and garlic, tomato paste, diced tomatoes. We'll just let that simmer right down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cook off the bacon. I'll just quickly show you here. I've just turned the chicken breasts. That is the colour you want them to be. Okay, when you've turned them over, I've only turned them once, that is the colour you want them to be. Okay, they're cooked. Now they're just going to cook on the other side. Okay, it's very important that you make sure you cook your chicken. Okay, I'll just move that back. But that is the colour that you want them to be. Just nice and golden and crunchy. Okay, we're going to cook our bacon off now. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is because I have found that when we put it all together, sometimes the bacon's not cooked. So I'm going to cook the bacon now, and then we'll just assemble it later on. It's the easiest way. Don't be too worried about having 3 pans going all at the one time. just don't have it searing heat. It's much easier to cook with a lower heat because you've got more control over it rather than just putting everything on high and hoping for the best. So it's all about control. So what we're going to do is we're going to get 2 rashers of bacon, of rindless bacon, like so. And we're going to pop them in our pan there with just a little bit more oil. You hear that bubbling away? Okay, like so. Now we don't want to give it too long. It is really crackling, which is a great sound, and it smells fantastic. Okay. You don't want the bacon to curl up either. I really hate when bacon curls up. Good way of doing that is if you're just cooking, you know, a dish like bacon and eggs, pop the bacon into the oven on a rack and just lay it out and cook it in the oven and just let all the excess fat drip off. You'll get perfect straight rashers of bacon every time rather than cooking them in the pan. But for this dish, because I'm only sort of flash frying, I only want them in there for about a minute or so. There's really no point getting the oven all heated up and getting a drip fat tray ready and all that sort of thing. So just in here, just like that, get them to about that colour. Okay, that's all we really need. So we'll let that sort of rest for now. I'll turn the heat down and we'll get back to our chicken. So our chicken's doing really well. Okay, not long now, I'll just show you. A couple more minutes on that side and we'll be ready to rock and roll. I'll bring back the bolognese just over here. I'll give that a stir because there is one more thing I'm going to add. You can see here it's reduced. Okay, try not to spill it like I just did. But there is one more thing I want to add, and that is some basil. Now I've had a few people say, why do you say basil? It's basil. Well, the Americans say basil, we say basil. Don't ask me why, it's just what we were taught in school. So I'll mix this basil into the mixture, and it just really gives it a beautiful aroma. You know, there's nothing better than sitting down at the table and the sauce just hitting you up in the face. You know, all the smells of the tomato and onion, the basil, the garlic. It is fantastic. And folks, that's all we've got to do. Okay. We're going to add our bacon. We're going to add a nice piece of cheese. Now I've got a full flavoured cheddar cheese. You can use whatever cheese you want to, just sit that right on top. Now with the heat from the chicken and the bolognese we're going to put on now, that will melt. Okay, and we've got our bolognese just here, and we'll just sprinkle this over the top, just like that. Don't be shy. Okay, to finish her off, just a nice little sprinkle of parmesan cheese, and that looks fantastic. Well, that's Nico's Chicken Parmigiana. Please try it, I guarantee you will love it. I've got to get going, I've got some dishes to do. We'll see you next time.